everyone, Leo Bond here. I'm back again today, and no, I'm not actually playing a video game, but yes, I do have yet another fidget toy to review. And this time it's a direct competitor to the Zuru Fidget Cube by Antsy Labs that I previously reviewed. It's called the Fidget Pad, and it has many of the same fidgets on it that we saw with the Cube, but it's actually got a couple more. It's got a total of 8 fidgets rather than the 6 that the Cube has, and I think that a lot of people may actually like the configuration of this one better as well, because it's more in the form of a classic video game controller, which is why I was having some fun off the top of the video there. But anyway, this fidget pad has more of an ergonomic design than the Cube, and it's a little bit easier to handle and hold on to, and I think it's actually a little bit more comfortable as well. It's also equally good for either one or two-handed fidgeting, whereas the Fidget Cube, I find, has a somewhat awkward shape for one-handed fidgeting, and I almost have to hold on to it with both hands to keep from dropping it at times. In any case, this is just going to be a quick little video to give you a look at the fidget pad. We're going to go through its 8 different fidgets. We'll examine their effectiveness as well as the overall build quality of the thing, and by the end of the video, hopefully you'll have a pretty good idea of whether or not this fidget pad is more or less to your liking than the very popular Fidget Cube. Now, I don't really know who originated the design of the fidget pad, or even if there is a legitimate original. I found this thing on Amazon for less than $10, and my own initial impressions of it are actually quite favorable. I think that it's at least as well made as the Zuru Fidget Cube from Antsy Labs. The plastic quality seems very good. It doesn't have that cheap, light, brittle sort of feel that many knockoff items have, like the kinds of cheaply made plastic toys that you generally find in dollar stores. It's also not super light, which is always a good sign, but it's not really heavy either. It just feels substantial, like any well-made product should. So from a materials standpoint, I'm actually pretty happy with it. And even from a build quality standpoint, it's reasonably impressive. The various fidgets are all solidly seated in their respective spaces, and they respond in a very satisfying way when you move them about. There's nothing gritty or sticky about any of them. They all move smoothly and with the expected amount of resistance, no more or less than what they should have. So in terms of craftsmanship and overall product quality, I think that this fidget pad compares very well with the Zuru Fidget Cube. In fact, both are well built in my opinion, so I think that what it really comes down to when choosing between them is simply which shape or configuration appeals to you the most. Alright, let's just quickly walk through the different fidgets that this thing has, and we'll start with the upper surface here and the joystick on the right hand side. And what I really like about this one is that it's got a slight raise to it, so it does this nice rocking motion, which was not the case with my Fidget Cube. Then over here on the left you've got 4 buttons, and the green and blue ones both make a clicking sound, but the yellow and red ones do not. Then kind of down here in the 2 nooks, we've got on the bottom side basically a finger massager. It's got little nubs on it, and you kind of roll over it like this. And then a similar sort of fidget up here, which is basically your combination lock tumblers. And there's only 2 of them, whereas the Fidget Cube had 3 on the side that had the ball bearing. Now on the back side here, we've got basically the turntable one. And on the Fidget Cube, the thing that I really liked about it was that it had sort of a watch winding quality to it. But this one actually moves freely. There's nothing sort of like no gear inside it or anything like that. And it sort of more puts me in mind of basically a record turntable, so for like scratching records and that sort of thing. And then over on this side here, we've got the light switch, which is a different shape switch than the one on the Fidget Cube. And what is different about this is that you can't really do it silently like the one on the Fidget Cube. Even if you do it really easily, it still makes the click every single time. Finally, we're left with basically 2 here up on the sides. So you've got another one with nubs on it, and it's basically sort of similar to the Worry Stone from the Fidget Cube. It is a little bit useless in my opinion. It's stationary, but you know, some people may like it. And then possibly my favorite fidget on the whole thing is this one right up here. It's basically a spring-loaded lever. And when you pull it down and let it go, it makes a really nice, satisfying click. And you can pull it just a little bit or a lot. And it'll be louder depending on how far you pull it. Now, we may want to unofficially qualify the lanyard here as the 9th fidget on this thing, but I'm not really sure if it's meant to count. In any case, I definitely like this particular fidget device a whole lot more than the Fidget Cube, and I'd like to know what you all think. Am I right on that? Is this one actually better than the Fidget Cube, or am I way, way off? Now, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, please give it a like or a share, and subscribe if you'd like to see more toy and tech gadget reviews. I've got some amazing stuff lined up to cover over the next few weeks, so I hope to see you all back here for what's sure to be an exciting fall, and really just straight through to Christmas is probably going to be pretty hectic and crazy and just a whole lot of fun, so definitely keep an eye out for some of the exciting stuff that's coming up, and until the next time, thank you all for watching. Have an excellent day, and I'll see you soon.